Okay, in this video, we're going to work on multiplying polynomials. So multiplying a monomial and a trinomial, we're going to start off with this as basic as we can get here. And we just have to be sure that we distribute to every term on the inside of the parentheses here. So that's one thing you need to watch out for. Make sure you hit all of those. The second thing you need to watch out for is a common mistake when students are multiplying together numbers and variables, right? We multiply the numbers together and we multiply the variables together by adding the exponents. So what's going to happen here, I do -2 times, well, let's zoom in even further here. This is a 1 out here. So I'm going to deal with the -2 and the 1 together, and that gives me a -2. And then when I multiply these bases together, right, x and x, the way you multiply them together is to add the exponents. So I'm adding them and getting 4. Now, this might be a bad example to start off with because if you were to multiply them, you would still get 4. But let's see what happens when we go to do the next one here. So right here, I'm going to get the right color here. -2 and 3 together would be -6. And then when I go to multiply together the variables, I get x. This is the power of 2. This is to the power of 1. I need to add those together, not multiply them. So I get x to the power of 3. Okay. And then our last part in this trinomial in the parentheses, we have a -2 that we're going to multiply by 4, and we get -8. And then the x has nothing to multiply by, but doesn't mean we can just leave it. We do have to tack it on the end. Then lastly, just make sure you're in standard form, right? So this is the highest degree, comes first, the second highest, and then the third highest. It's in descending order. So we are, in fact, in standard form. Okay, so pause and give this one a try, and then rejoin me when you're ready. We're multiplying -4 times 2 is -8. Sorry, -8. I'm going to do this other part separately. And then x times x squared. Remember, we want to add those exponents, not multiply them, so you should have gotten an exponent of 3 here. Then we have -4 times -3, and negative times a negative is a positive, so plus 12. And then x times x, add those exponents, we get x squared. And then lastly, -4 times -5 gives us -20, and then don't forget about that x. And then are we in standard form? If you're given the original equations in standard form, when you go to multiply them, you're still going to be in standard form. But just get in the habit of making sure you are in standard form when you provide your final answer. All right, multiplying binomials. Okay, when multiplying binomials, we're following the same rules as we did above. We just need to make sure that we distribute everything, right? So that means, and don't write this down here because I'm going to show you a trick in just a second, that we multiply this times this, and this times this, and then we also multiply this times this, and this times this, okay? But we don't do any extra multiplying. So there's 4 specific operations or multiplications that we need to complete, and we want to make sure that we do all of them and we don't do anything extra. So there's a little trick for keeping track of this. It's called the FOIL method. So let me show you what that looks like. FOIL, you can go ahead and write this down. Each of these letters stand for something. So the F stands for first. So we're going to take the first 2 terms, right? This being the first in this set of parentheses and this one being the first in this set of parentheses, and we're going to multiply them together. So we have 5x times 2x equals 10x squared. And then we're going to take the outer 2 terms, outer meaning, actually let's add an F onto here. So this is the first. All right, outer meaning the outside, right? So this is kind of on the outside, and this 1 is on the outside. If you think about these being on the inside, these are on the outside. Okay, so we're going to multiply those together, and this is the O. So we have 5x times 1 equals 5x. Then we have inside, these being the inside, so I for inside, would give us negative 4 times 2x equals negative 8x. And then last would be the last two inside the parentheses. So negative 4 times 1 equals negative 4. All right, so that helped to make sure that we did everything in order. It also helps because if we just now write everything down in the order that we found it, in FOIL order, then we will have multiplied these together so that they are in standard form. They'll just be a little more simplifying at the end. So I'm going to write these down in the order that I came up with them. This is my spot here. All right, so 10x squared plus 5x minus 8x minus 4, and there's going to be some like terms that we need to combine here because we have 5x and negative 8x, which gives us negative 3x. Okay, so this is our fully simplified, multiplied together binomial. Okay, rather than have you do this one, I'm going to show you another way to do this. Okay, and it's up to you. You don't have to do both ways. You don't have to learn both ways. Just whatever makes most sense to you, pick a strategy and use it. So this instead of the FOIL method, is called the box method, right? And we're basically saying that we have 3x minus 5, and we're multiplying, I'm missing something here. This should be a 2x. Multiplied by 2x times 4. We call this a box method because we're essentially finding the area of this box. It's just that we have an expression instead. And so we're going to multiply. It's good to see this because it's going to help you when we go to the next lesson on factoring. But we're going to multiply these two together to find the number in here. Right? So if you're finding the area, you would go length times width. So 2 times 3 and x times x gives us 6x squared. Now coming down here, I'm going to do 3x times 4 is going to give me 12x. Over here, I'm going to do a negative 5 times 2x, gives me negative 10x. And then a negative 5 times 4 gives me negative 20. Okay, so now I'm going to pull these out of the box in the correct order, like this, and then like this, and it'll be in standard form. So I have 6x squared minus 10x plus 12x minus 20. And when I combine those like terms in the middle, I get 6x squared plus 2x minus 20. So two different ways to do the same thing. It does not matter which one you use. Just know that when we go to the next level, or sorry, the next lesson, and we factor, we are going to use a box method to factor our polynomials, meaning that we're going to, what factoring is, we start from here and we get to these, okay? So just seeing it and being aware of it is important. All right, multiplying trinomials. So we again could use a box method on this to help us. There's no nice acronym for this. There's no FOIL for this, but we can use the box method. All right, so I have 2x minus 5, and then I made 3 going this way because I have negative 3x squared, I have 4x, and I have negative 7. If you want to pause and then fill in all these parts here, be good practice to see what's going to go in each box. And just remember, you're going to take 2x and multiply it by this to come up with this box, and then you'll take 2x and multiply it by this to come up with this box. So go ahead and give that a try and then rejoin me when you're ready. So I'm getting negative 6x cubed for the first box. I'm getting 15x squared for this box. I'm getting 8x squared for this box. Negative 20x here. Negative 14x here. And then lastly, a positive 35. When I string these all together, I'm going to take care of this one. It's the highest degree. Then this and this can go together, and that will give me plus 23x cubed. Next, this and this can go together because they're like terms, which gives me negative 34x. And then lastly, I have a plus 35 on the end here. Okay, so a nice way to keep things organized. I am going to show you yet another strategy here, again, just to keep you organized, okay? So we need to make sure that we're distributing negative 3x to all of these right here. All right, so let's come up with that and come up with that polynomial. When I do that, negative 3x times 2x squared gives me negative 6x cubed. Then my next term, negative 3x times 3x would give me a negative 9x squared. And then my next one, negative 3x times negative 4 gives me a negative 12x. Okay, so here's where the trick comes in. Rather than writing the next one, if we have two polynomials in standard form, this trick will work, right? So rather than writing the rest of it over here, I'm going to line it up right below it, and you'll see that that'll make it just easier to combine them. So now I need to make sure that I distribute this 1 to all of these, which makes this easy. So 1 times all of these is just going to be what it originally is. But instead of putting it over there, I'm going to put it below its like term. So 1 times 2x squared gives me 2x squared. I put it right below the 9x squared. And you'll see why in just a moment. The next I have plus 3x, and then I have minus 4. Now I've set up this thing where I can just add them together, add down. So just kind of another way, another trick to just keep track. This is what this whole page is about, is the multiplying is the easy part. It's the keeping track of everything that's the challenge. All right, negative 6x cubed minus 7x squared plus 15x minus 4. There's our final polynomial in standard form. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching.